Good afternoon, folks. How you doing? I just want to share a little bit of stuff that I have found uh, from a couple of different sources. Kind of pieced it together. I want to thank Randy for bringing this to my attention. There's no doubt that the single biggest political scandal in the history of this country isn't Trump-Russia collusion, but it's the fact that the Hillary and Obama administrations were able to put together a spy network, spy on an American presidential candidate for political gain, and basically use the U.S. intelligence apparatus as a tool for attempting to win an election. Mark my words, this will go down as the greatest uh, embarrassment and the greatest just breakdown in American government history. It will easily be the best in history. The worst in history, top of the heap, and it will probably go down and live in infamy as the worst ever, because I really don't see how it can ever be worse, with the exception of someone becoming president and then like declaring themselves like a dictator. Um, but just to wet your whistle a little bit, if you want to do a little project, you need to Google a couple of names. You need to Google Alexander Downer, Tony Rodham, a Chinese company called Huawei, and Terry McAuliffe. Now I'm going to be quick on this video, but here's the gist and the outline. We all know that the ousted deputy director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe, had a wife who was running for Virginia's Senate. During her campaign, which was also at the same time as the Hillary presidential campaign, she received a $700,000 money gift from Terry McAuliffe and the Democrats. Terry McAuliffe is the governor of Virginia. Now, twist it up a little bit. The FBI is currently and has been investigating Terry McAuliffe for criminal, how can I put this? For potential crimes for the last 3 years. So while he's under investigation by the FBI, he makes a donation to the wife of the deputy director of the FBI, who's also part of the Hillary team, now that we know. Now, that's just one portion of this. Here's the second part, and I'm going to be quick. The thing that kicked off the entire Trump-Russia collusion investigation was a meeting between George Papadopoulos and a fellow at a London bar. George Papadopoulos is a third stringer. He's really a nobody in the campaign. And while he's inebriated in the bar, he speaks to a man and says something to the effect of, "The Russians have dirt on Hillary. We're going to figure out how to get it." The man he's talking to that kicks off this whole investigation is a guy named Alexander Downer. All right. Hillary Rodham Clinton's brother, Tony Rodham, under investigation for attempting to get visas for the president of a Chinese company called Huawei. This happened back in 2010, 2012 era. All right. Guess who sat on the board and was appointed to the board of this Chinese company, Huawei? Alexander Downer. Same guy that shows up mysteriously in a bar in London and gets this info out of George Papadopoulos, which sparks the biggest farce, the biggest investigation in history of the world at this point. Think about that. You want to talk about how deep this swamp goes? Andrew McCabe's wife gets money from a guy that the FBI is investigating currently, Terry McAuliffe. Andrew McCabe's wife gets money. Andrew McCabe is a deputy director of the FBI investigating Terry McAuliffe. Tell me that's not a conflict of interest. And number two, the guy that sparks the Trump-Russia collusion investigation, a guy named Alexander Downer, is also sitting on the board of a Chinese corporation called Huawei. When Hillary Rodham Clinton's brother goes under criminal investigation for illegally attempting to get a visa for the president of this company in China, the president of Huawei. Way, way, way too much. And it's coming full circle now. The deeper they dig, the deeper they dig, the nastier this gets. And all of these sources came from liberal sources. It's unreal, and you can't deny it. This thing, when it pops off, is going to be the greatest thriller spy novel movie ever made in the history of the world when it all gets unraveled. And when it does, people are going to jail. Have a nice day.